Alright, so this video is about finding good light outdoors, and we'll do some cloudy situations, some partly cloudy, shade, sun, and sunset. So it kind of walk you through all the things that you gotta think about or look out for. I'm no means an expert, but anyways, I can help you take the next step into getting better light for your photographs, portraits mainly, but this can work for still life and things like that too. Some of the same principles follow indoors. Usually you just kind of prevent the direct sun from hitting people, but indirect light by the window. So anyway, so when you have cloudy lighting, it's pretty much the best, but there's still some dark shadow areas and some bright areas. So basically you try to find where the sun is at, which right now it's over here. And so if it's cloudy enough, you can face the sun. So that makes for the best lighting to kind of fill in dark circles and things. So we'll do a few pictures in that. You're pretty much free to do any angle, but facing the light is the best for a cloudy day. So we're going to take pictures here with a nice background, and I have her facing away from the sun. Alright, and then I'll show you what it looks like the other direction. So now I've got her facing towards the light like I was saying, and I'll take some pictures. Good smile there. So now we're kind of facing, the sun's right here, so it's kind of like half and half, so you get a little bit more dimension, I guess, in the light. I'm gonna look off to the sky. Apart. So I'm gonna insert the photos in here and kind of show the difference between them so you can see visually how the lighting affects the face and everything. So that's it for a cloudy day. We're kind of getting misted on, so time to go inside. So if I have her stand directly with the sun behind her. Alright, ready? That works pretty well, except for you can get some of like the solar flares. So you kind of stand to the side, like so you're not directly pointed at the sun. And then also you can use a reflector to fill in. That's a little too bright.
Still bright.
Yeah. Alright, so we can use the white side. We're kind of getting cloud cover, but we still got a nice halo of light. Okay, so I guess for sunrise and sunset, this is kind of what you would want. Pointed a little aside from the sun, but then having the sun on their back. Once it gets more towards blue hour, you could turn them around. But right now, if I do that, I'll show you a picture. If I do it in this way, you'll see that there it's not.
Mom, it's way
not fun for them.
It's way too heavy.
Okay. wanted this to be her background. So it's really dark in there, so I'm going to have you come up towards the front where the light is. Okay? And I'm looking around, there's a tree here, there's open sky here. So I'm going to have her face this direction towards the open sky. So if you can kind of stand here and look this way, and then it will still show your playhouse.
I want to be in.
Okay, I'll show you this picture. You'll be in your playhouse. All right, now stand here. Oh, really in.
Oh, I'm not ready.
All right, we're gonna do really in. All right, that's great. Oh, and you got your flowers. All right, can you face this way a
I
little
want
bit?
to take a picture in here. Later.
Okay, so we are in the shade because the sun just came out. And you can kind of see the streaky light. So this is the most open sky. Everything else has trees.
Standing in the prairie.
So I'm going to have her face the open sky with in the shade. All right. We're going to get some good pictures.
I want to stand right here.
Well, there's a little bit of sun in your hair, so can you step back just a tiny bit? There we go. You want to
I
twirl?
want a special place.
You want to twirl?
Woo! Got twirled too much. Woo!
All right, one more.
Woo! I want to do this special place.
Okay. The last photo I took, she did have the mottled light on her, so it kind of shows the difference. All right, so we're gonna do one here. We have a little bit of open light, some sun coming from behind, which is nice, and you can leave your. All right, the halo around her hair is just gorgeous.
What halo?
The rim light, I guess. Okay. A place like this where there's like shade and sun kind of scattered, you kind of gonna want to treat it like the sun, so you're facing away. Kind of face your shadow is what Caitlin James has taught me. So if it's like spotty light like this, that's best, but it doesn't always make the best background, but you treat it like it's full sun. The ideal time of day if you're trying to get sunrise or sunset is an hour before or after, but in the sunrise you got to remember people are going to have maybe puffier eyes, but kids might behave better, and at night they might not have great behavior, but you just kind of have to factor that in to your planning. And then I kind of like to get there about a half an hour early, so an hour and a half before sunset, that way make sure you get the shots that you want with the light that you're trying. So this is the spot she really wanted, but you can see how the mottled light is just absolutely horrific.
And I did another place.
So here, let's have you stand right there and we'll try at a different angle here and see. All right. Can you turn your face a little bit more towards me? All right, you ready? Surprise! That's
now
a good
let's
smile.
do this.
All right. All right.
Come on, I have another place.
So one thing with good lighting is you want to make sure you're having catch lights in their eyes. So sometimes when I have people looking away from the sun, if there's not any other light that I think might be a catch light, it's always a good idea for that reflector. Well, that'll at least be one little light in their eyes. So that really helps liven and brighten their eyes and kind of sparkle. So, I mean, sometimes there'll be light bouncing off of other things or just natural light from the sky. But anyways, that's just one thing to think about. So now the sun's kind of gone behind clouds. It's getting kind of towards sunset. And this is the part where I'm going to use my golden reflector because it's not super bright and it'll really warm it up. All right. So then I'm going to try putting the white one down. So see how that does. Trying to eliminate a lot of the green light that's coming from the grass and the blue light, just because it's getting to be sunset. So I'm noticing, like, now that the clouds have covered the sun, it's not really great to have her away from the sun, although she does have a nice rim light. But I'm gonna have her face it now, and then we'll see how much better the lighting is. Okay, so stay where you are.
Just turn around.
And then just turn around. All right, so we're gonna take the picture here.
The cat's behind you.
All right, can you? All right, yeah. So that fills in the light. It's a little bit more golden than green and blue. So you kind of have to just adapt with what you get. Sometimes I've planned photo shoots and it was supposed to be cloudy and it was sunny. One thing you can do when you're in full sun is to have a diffuser. It kind of acts like a softbox if you don't know what that diffuser is. And the only thing is, when you are using it to shade someone, you're going to want to make sure that the background isn't super bright if they're in the shade. So what we're going to do is bring him back a little bit, and so we'll have the diffuser, but then we'll have like the shaded background. So you want to make sure you have 100 ISO. I've got a 5.6 instead of a 1 point or 2.8 because I want to let in less light, and then I'm going to make up for the rest of it with the speed. Alright, so now take it down and I'll take a picture that shows what it looks like without it. Alright, we're going to move on down into the shade. So now you're going to have to move back so that the sun isn't hitting your face. There we go. That's good. Alright. You want to put your chin down if you can? There we go. Alright, so same as the cloudy day, when I have him under the shade, I want to have him face towards the open sky. If there was a bunch of trees here, I would just try to have him face towards the brightest spot in the sky. That way you're getting nicer, cleaner light on their face. Now we're going to go into full sun. So in this spot we're right in the sun, and I'm going to try to angle his face so that there's no like harsh lights coming. That's good. And then I'll just kind of tell you as we go how to turn your face so there's no lights hitting hot spots, they call them, right on your cheek. So kind of turn your face that way a tiny bit to keep your a little bit more. All right. So I'm going to move that. Okay. And so we angle to try to get the harsh lights off the face, and then we can try one with you facing this way. We're going to embrace the sun. Once I get my tripod going here. Alright, so it's pretty harsh, but we'll see here. It's a little bit harder with the glasses on. Alright, so if you tip your head up a little bit, it'll fill the circles under your eyes, and then keep your eyes closed until the very last minute, and I'll tell you when to open them. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright, so it's definitely challenging out in the midday sun to get a good shot and have your subject be comfortable too. So I used the same lens. I had an 85 prime lens, no special filters or anything. I think I did 2.8 except for the full sun was 5.6 for the f-stop. I had auto ISO for some of them. Anyway, I don't want to get into the specifics because each situation has its own settings, but hopefully that was a good overview of outdoor lighting conditions and what to do to get the best pictures.